Randy Wilson here with Your Focus Vision. Got another great video for you. Stress reduction and 3 action steps you can take immediately that are going to reduce the amount of stress both personally and professionally. Now, at the very end of this video, you're going to not only receive these 3 action steps, but I'm going to actually offer you a 30-day challenge, something that I'm going to put to you and ask you to take and implement these 3 stress reduction action steps into your life and actually get back to me and let me know how they work for you. I'm confident that once you implement these 3 action steps into your life, you're going to see dramatic results and your productivity level is going to increase dramatically. So take my 30-day challenge once you understand the 3 action steps and come right back here and let me know how they work for you. And until then, focus on being great and we'll talk to you next time. Thanks. Hi everybody, Randy Wilson here with Your Focus Vision, and today we are going to tackle a huge topic, something that I know relates and affects just about everyone in their personal and professional lives, and that topic today is stress reduction. And we're going to talk about easy solutions that will fit into your hectic lifestyle and 3 action steps that you can take starting right now, starting today, as soon as you get off of this little program, that you can begin and implement into your life right away that's going to help you enjoy the life of your dream and live it to your fullest. So let's get started. So first off, let me ask you a question. What does stress look and feel like to you? What does it feel like when you are stressed to the max, when you've got that splitting headache that just will not go away? How do you feel? Take a look at this picture. Does that resemble anything like yourself? She's obviously being stressed out by the phone call that she's on, whether it be from a customer, from her boss, from a family member asking for something that she wasn't prepared for. Anything such as that. And that is obviously bringing stress into her life. And the problem with that stress is it's going to bring down her level of productivity. So how are we going to break through the amount of stress that's coming in, like I said, from all facets, from personal, from professional, from all of these different areas that are coming at us so fast and so dramatically to the point where we are unable to control them easily? How are we going to do that? Well, today, like I said, we're going to I'm going to give you 3 action steps, things that you can do starting right now. They're going to help you break through this stress and how you can start living a life a little bit more productively. What are the benefits? What kind of benefits are you going to see by applying these 3 action steps that we're going to talk about today? Well, first off, you're going to have improved productivity. Your production level is going to increase dramatically from reducing the amount of stress that's coming into your life. Stress is something that holds each of us back from really accomplishing our full potential in our goals and our dreams and that type of thing, whether it be work or personal life or anything like that. So it's going to improve your productivity. You're going to have better relationships. You're going to actually live and be happier around those that you love the most, your family, your friends, even your coworkers. You're going to actually have better relationships with all those people. You're going to have greater opportunities, both personally and professionally. There again, when you're having a better outlook on life, when your attitude is a little bit better, when your stress level was reduced, your outgoing personality is going to be a lot more positive. And with that positive outgoing attitude, you're going to actually get and have greater opportunities that are presented to you in your life. You're actually going to live life longer and healthier. Stress is something that actually is hurting each one of us every single day to the point where it's actually making us sick at times. So what we need to do is we need to try to reduce this stress to a point where at any level in our life it's not really affecting our health in any way possible. And last but not least, another benefit to the stress reduction is it's actually going to increase your confidence. You're going to feel better about yourself moving forward in your personal and professional life without feeling or having the amount of stress that's actually inundating you to the point where you're starting to have negative thoughts and negative feelings about yourself not knowing whether or not you can get things accomplished or move forward with the projects or anything that you have going on in your life. So increased confidence is a big one as far as what it's going to do when you are able to implement these 3 action steps and reduce the amount of stress you have in your life. So let's get into it. What's the first action step needed to reduce stress? And that first action step is going to be you need to reduce distractions. You have to reduce the amount of distractions that are coming into your life on a daily basis. And what do I mean by distraction? Today we have information everywhere to the point where I know the term is out there as far as being it being called information overload, to the point where whether it be our cell phone or the television or the internet, everywhere we go we have access to information in an instant, in a moment's notice. And what I'm telling you is that you need to reduce the amount of distractions that you've got coming into your life at any particular point in time. Now, how are you going to do that? Because you're going to look at me and say, well, how do I not reply to that email? Or how do I not reply to that text? Or if my boss is emailing me, how do I not reply to that right away? Or if my phone is ringing, I have to answer it, or else I'll miss an important phone call. And what I'm here to tell you today is that no, you do not have to do all of those things instantly. Meaning you don't have to do them all at once. You need to start implementing some productivity plans in your day and plan your work to the point where if you know you are working on a specific goal or a specific task, you are not going to allow anything to come into your life and stop you from that momentum and for that productivity. If someone calls, if someone emails, you're going to actually just put it on hold and not allow yourself to get distracted from those things at any given point. Now, when you start reducing those distractions, that's when the level of uh, stress is actually going to be reduced. Okay, those distractions that are coming in at you at 100 mile an hour are what actually induce the amount of stress in a particular day. You can think about it like this. When you first get to wherever you're working, you can sit down in your office, or even if you don't have an office job, and you feel pretty good about your day, but the next thing you know, you start checking email. And as you're checking email, then all of a sudden the phone starts ringing. And when the phone starts ringing, then all of a sudden something else happens. Maybe an instant message on a topic that you're really passionate about through your iPhone or your iPod or anything like that. Basically, what happens is all of a sudden you go from a very calm state first thing in the morning to all of a sudden being inundated by all this information. And we need to reduce that information coming into you, and as far as putting it in a systematic way. I've got down at number 2, setting up a system for checking emails. You don't have to check emails constantly. You need to set standard times during the day, whether it be first thing in the morning, and then once you're done with checking at that point, then you don't go back to check it again until later on that afternoon. We've got to reduce the amount of times you're in and out of your email, because what happens is when you're doing those things and when you're checking it periodically through the day, you feel that stress. Something pops up on your instant radar that needs to be done. What you feel like it needs to be done right away. What happens is that takes you away from what the project you were working on, and then there again it creates that stress that we need to try to reduce. Another idea or thing that we need to reduce is the amount of times we're on the social media sites, the Twitters, the Facebooks, the LinkedIns, anything. There are so many out there. We just need to reduce the amount of time that we're spending on those sites. I'm not saying we cannot use them and enjoy them, because I know it's a lot of enjoyment sometimes to know what your friends are doing or not doing, or else, maybe if you're a business owner, you're trying to implement and upload some information for some marketing and that type of thing. What I'm asking you to do is, there again, set some times, set some standards, set some systems up that are going to tell you that from X time in the beginning to an end time, that you're going to be able to utilize those systems, and then stop once you get to that end point, and then do not pick it back up, do not get back inside until you reach the beginning, as far as when you set up your next time throughout the day when you can do that again. So make sure you set up those systems for yourself to reduce those distractions. That's going to be key. You need to pick times during the day that is going to where you are allowing yourself to be involved with these different medias, whether it be email, Facebook, Twitter, whatever it is, and you need to set a start time and an end time. And then once that's done, then you get back to working towards your goals, working towards your tasks. Also, you can set up guidelines with your families and friends. You do not have to answer the phone. It's a common misconception out there that you have to answer your phone every time it rings. And I'm here to tell you that that is not the case. All you need to do, that's what voicemail is created for. That's what different things are created for as far as making our lives a little bit more easy. But what we need to do is not feel like we are obligated to answer the phone or to visit a particular family member or whatever. We just need to set some guidelines. I'm not saying we need to be rude. I'm not saying we need to be mean. All I'm saying is we just need to set some guidelines with those family and friends and tell them right up front. Have a little meeting, have a little phone call, take them out for breakfast, lunch, dinner, it doesn't matter. Set some guidelines and let them know that, hey, it's nothing personal, but when I'm working at this particular time, I'm going to be so focused on what I need to do that I am not going to be able to answer any phone calls or any emails or any correspondence back and forth. Now, if you want to leave me a message, then I will get back to you just as soon as I possibly can, as soon as I get done working on my project. So that is an example of something you can do to set up some guidelines within your family and friends that is going to help you reduce these distractions, and it's going to help reduce the amount of stress in your life. The second action step needed to reduce stress is you need to determine your priorities. You need to create a system that is going to set up priorities, knowing that you've got a list of goals, you've got a list of tasks that you need to do on a daily basis. You have your to-do list, okay? Things that you know that you need to get done on a daily basis. But what you need to do is you need to set up, there again, you need to create a system of how you're going to attack that list. Far too many times people are good at creating lists, but what they do is they look at this list. It can be a list as big as 1 or 2 items to a list as big as 10 to 20 items. And they look at the entire list and they don't really focus on one particular item at a time. So what I want you to do is get you a list. Let's start there. Let's get you a list of things you need to do, a to-do list that you need to get done today. Let's say it's going to be a list of 5 items. Okay, and on that list of 5 items, when you first write them out, I don't care what order they're in, but once you write out that first list of 5 items, then I want you to go back through and write off to the left-hand side, number them 1 to 5 in order of importance. Okay, with 1 being a very low priority and 5 being the highest priority out of that list. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take that list of 5 and you're going to look at number 5 being your highest priority, what you need to do right now. And what you're going to do then is obviously focus all of your energy, all of your attention, eliminating the distractions like we talked about, and you're going to focus in on that one item on that list. And you're going to work it until it's completed. That in itself is going to help reduce the amount of stress in your life. Is when you get focused, when you determine your priorities, that's going to help you reduce the amount of stress. Now, after you've got this list done and you've got your numbers off to the left-hand side, 1 through 5, rewrite it one more time, put it in descending order, start at number 5 and write again 5, and then your 4, 3, 2, and then 1, all the way down. And then start, like I said, with that number 5 and work it until it is completed, until you get to the point where you cannot take it any further, or it's until it's a 100% done. Do not worry about the other numbers, the 4, 3, 2, and 1. Don't worry about those. Stay focused on number 5 or on the one you're working on at that particular time before you move on to the next. That in itself will keep you focused, will keep you moving, will keep that momentum up, and at the end of the day, you're going to feel a lot less stress because you're going to feel a very great sense of accomplishment for getting a big, high priority item done in a very systematic way. So, like I said, start with determining your priorities. This alone, along with eliminating or reducing the amount of distractions, and then again with the next action step, is going to be key to moving forward. So let's move on to action step number 3. And that third action step is you need to learn to relax. You need to realize that your to-do list, your list where you just compiled your 5 top priorities of the day, is not the end of the world if you do not get those items completed. If you've got a boss coming to you with a list of 10 or 15 items that he claims or she claims that you've got to have done immediately, you've got to learn that that is not actually possible, because those initial feelings of stress that you put upon yourself to get an item completed quickly, promptly, whether it be for yourself or for someone else, is that feeling that is creating the stress in your life that's going to create that headache. Remember that picture that we saw at the beginning? The lady that was on the phone there? Very great example. Probably getting a phone call claiming that she has to have something done at a particular time that is going to cut into what her normal activity is. And what I'm telling you need to do is you need to learn to relax. One great way to relax is to take yourself and get yourself out of that stressful environment. You've got to determine that you are feeling that feeling of stress. You can feel whether it be your blood pressure rise a little bit or you feel that initial set on of a headache coming on. But what you've got to do is you've got to get up and walk away. Get yourself out of that environment. If you're in a home setting, you can go out and take a little walk. Take a run. Go for a run around the block. Whatever it is, take a personal day if you need be. Go out and find a book that's enjoyable for you to read. Do whatever is necessary to take yourself out of that stressful environment until you feel yourself comfortable and bring yourself back down to a normal feeling of feeling good about yourself, and then you will be able to move forward, at least feeling a little bit better about yourself. There again, bringing about that confidence for yourself. Another thing you need to do is you need to learn to work on and focus on your breathing. You need to learn to reduce and release some stress that's trapped up inside of your body through breathing. And what I'd like for you to do is just when you feel these feelings of stress come upon you, you need to sit down, relax, and take 10 deep breaths. Take them in deep, take them in slowly, and release them. And as you release them, you're going to feel that stress just leaving your body as you're exhaling, and it's leaving, like I said, it's leaving your body through your mouth or through your nose as you're exhaling. And as you get closer to the 10th breath, the 10th deep breath, you're going to feel a lot better about yourself and a lot better about the situation. So really focus on your breathing. And then last, you need to visualize a place that you enjoy. You need, there again, take yourself out of that environment, and if you have an opportunity to close your eyes and just visualize something that brings you joy, whether it be something that you enjoy with your family, with your friends. You can think of a place that you like to go. It can be a sporting event. It can be maybe you're going to go for a hike through the woods and you just really enjoy that. You're going with some friends and some family that you really enjoy. The point is that there again, you need to take yourself out of that situation and put yourself into a situation of feeling great about where you're at, about what you're doing, and about trying to get yourself away from that stressful environment. That's the key. You've got to learn to relax. So a quick overview of the action steps so far to reduce the amount of distractions that you've got in your life. That's number one. You've got to reduce the amount of things that are coming at you, whether it be email, whether it be checking your Facebook, whether it be phone calls, whether it be family obligations, whatever those distractions are, you've got to learn to reduce them to a point where they can be managed. And to do that, you've got to set up systems and set up some agreements with different people and different things that you're going to systematize how you go through your day and really stick to that system as best you possibly can. The second is you've got to determine your most important priorities for that day. You've got to make a list of your top 5 to 10 items that you need to get done immediately and what needs to get done to move you forward in your particular project or your particular goal or whatever that is. And then you need to prioritize that list. Make a list, and after you have your list, you need to prioritize 1 through 5. 5 being a high and most important item, down to a 1 that is not going to take very much of your attention at that particular time. And start at the highest priority item. And when you stick to that high priority item and get it done, mark it off your list, then move to number 2. That sense of accomplishment is going to really reduce the amount of stress that you have in your life. And third is relax. You've got to learn to reduce the amount of stress that you have by relaxing, by deep breathing, by some visual techniques. You've got to be able to see yourself in a place of joy, in a place of happiness. And to do that, you need to calm yourself. And to do that, you need to learn to work on your breathing. Get yourself out of that stressful situation and do so by doing some deep breathing exercises and some visualization exercises to take you away from that stressful environment and put you in a better and happier place. Now, a quick overview. We need to make sure that we are implementing these things the best that you possibly can, or as quickly as you can, into your life. So that way you can start leading a more productive, a more confident, and a healthier life. The problem with a lot of times with these types of action steps is it takes approximately 30 days or so really to make something a habit. And so what I want to do is I want to implement and ask if you would be willing to take my 30-day challenge. And what that challenge is that every day you're going to implement these 3 key action steps into your life. And what you're going to do is you're going to work them, you're going to use them. And I think that if by the very end of these 30 days, once they become more of a habit for yourself, you're going to feel the amount of stress that's coming on in your life. You're going to feel it kind of dissipate and start fading away. And once that starts fading away, you're going to really start feeling great about the things you're going to be able to accomplish, about the things that you're going to be able to get done for yourself and for your family and for your company or your own business, whatever it is. So take the challenge. Start today. Start with number 1 as far as the first action step, and really work that and eliminate those distractions in your life, or at least reduce them to the point of being able to really maximize your potential. Okay? Use and create systems to generate and create the place where you can really be effective in your daily routines and your daily activities. And then second, you've got to really make sure that you're reducing that stress to the point where you're really not feeling any of this negativity really coming upon you at any given time. You've got to really find ways to eliminate this stuff from yourself the best way that you possibly can. And we will do that through a lot of relaxation. You've got to learn to do the breathing and that type of thing as well. So like I said, challenge yourself. I challenge you right now. Take my 30-day challenge, and when you get done with that 30-day challenge, come right back to my website at yourfocusedvision.com and really let me know how that has happened or how that has worked for you. Let me know what you think. Maybe give me some ideas as far as what's implemented and best for you, and then that way we might be able to pass that information along to a lot of the different people that are going to be watching this and implementing this strategy themselves. So like I said, take that 30-day challenge and let me know how it works for you. So as always, I appreciate your time today. I look forward to serving you in the future. And one thing I always say is focus on being great. We all have the opportunity to reach our full potential. And what we've got to do is we need to take information, we need to take products, we need to take all of these things that are available to us daily and really implement them in our daily lives and really challenge ourselves to really reach our full potential. So I stress, and that's the goal and that's the mission of Your Focused Vision, is to help each individual really put together a plan and a strategy that's really going to help them reach their full potential in their personal life and their business life as a leader, and really gain the experience and the knowledge that's really going to help them begin to reach their dreams and, like I said, reach their full potential. For more information about Your Focused Vision, you can always visit my website at yourfocusedvision.com. You can also email me if you have any questions, any concerns, or if you'd like a personal consultation. I offer a free consultation for those people that would be interested in possibly working together with me on a coaching program. You can always email me at randy@yourfocusedvision.com, or you can also contact me by phone at 317-506 4284. And I look forward to serving you in the future. Hopefully you found this information to be great and you'll be able to take my 30-day challenge and really implement that into your life and really start reducing the amount of stress in your life. So come right back here to yourfocusedvision.com and let me know how it's worked for you. And as always, focus on being great, and we will talk to you next time. Thank you.